Come on, wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a dark, dark reckoning. But it's really got a lot of heart, and honestly, I think you're going to enjoy it. Until you die. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghost can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. And you still have time to join the audience and potentially get killed by me. It's fun! Okay, I've only got this abandoned warehouse for another hour when the next killer gets here, so let's get a move on. First question. Where is Area 51? Allegedly. Use your device to answer the question. And the correct answer is... Who got the question right? The rest of you, I have a surprise for you. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play the finger-cutting game. I think you'll get the point soon enough. I regret that joke the second I said it. Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. It's hard to mess this one up. Go for it. It really doesn't matter what you choose. You're not gonna... Thanks for the finger food. No, I'm kidding. I don't eat them. I know where they've been. Here's everybody's scores. It's a good way to compare yourself to others and maybe start to feel bad about yourself. Next question. Let's mix things up a little bit with a picture question. I've been thinking a lot about my legacy. How are people gonna remember me? No, really. How are people gonna remember me? I kill everyone I meet. I know. A child. A child can be my legacy. In fact, this child could. Isn't he cute? Yes, that child will be my legacy. Now, if I can just figure out how to get my brain in there, my legacy can live on. Think. But enough of this chit-chat. What color were the little cowboy shoes? Time's running out. Who picked this? The rest of you, I want to show you something. Hello, Guten Tag. Welcome back to the killing floor. It's drawing time. And no, this isn't Drawful. I'm using it in a totally different way. Sheesh. Something that makes you cry. Draw this thing as best as you can and press send when you're finished. Now everyone gets to vote. Pick the drawing that you hate the most. Seriously, pick the one you just don't like. Pick a drawing already. The votes are in. Did you draw this ugly thing? And now you're dead. See? Real consequences down here. But you're not getting out of this game that easily. Ghost still get to play and can even win the whole thing in the final round. I'd take a picture of you, but I know it turned out poorly. Here's where everybody's at right now. Alright, next question. Well, this is easily the most boring question I've ever come up with. What does a barometer measure? Time's running out. Who said this one? The rest of you, you're in for a treat. We're going to play Chalices. I've given all the safe players a bit of poison to use. Pick a chalice to poison. Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from. This is my favorite part. Good to the last drop, if you know what I mean. Now let's see what everyone drank. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. I've seen people drink cinnamon shots before, but poison? That's a first. Here's another one. Bleecker Street is part of what famous neighborhood? Time's running out. And the correct answer is this. The rest of you who are still alive, prepare for your punishment. Wow, look at this big enticing pile of cash just sitting here. Here's how this is going to work. If no one takes the money, no one dies. But if you do take the money, I'll kill everyone who didn't. There's one catch. If you all take the money, then you all die. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Let's see where we netted out. Boom! That's some devious behavior right there. Aww, I'm gonna enjoy this. question. What on the pH scale is neutral? Time's running out. And the correct answer is this one. Only a ghost got it wrong. Too easy. Let's try this again. What's the name of the oldest brat in Family Circus? Time's running out. Who picked this? Everyone again, you all need to be taught a lesson. I'm going to ask you a question. Answer very carefully. What's your dream car? Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished. Now everyone gets to vote. Pick which of these answers you hate the most. Whoever wrote the answer with the most votes dies. Go ahead, pick your least favorite. Time's running out. Just pick an answer that you don't like. The votes are in. It's never really easy to put yourself out there like you did, but oh well. The whittling down to just one player has finally come to fruition. Let's do this. Glad to see you've made it here alive. But can you escape with your body? I'm going to give you a category. Countries that border Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you. Anytime today, kiddo. Here's another one. Sausages. Decisions. almost up. The shadows are coming. Greek gods. Here comes the next question. Snake cuts. Anytime today, kiddo. The darkness approaches. Played at the original Woodstock. Uh-oh, that ghost is gonna catch ya. Hostess snack cake products. Decisions to sit. You killed your friend! Better get away fast. Fried dough foods. So many kills. And you're out of here. Monkeys. Time is almost up. So much blood! Hercules' labors. I have to write some harder questions. Hurry up! Animals that lay eggs.
Welcome to Fakin' It. I'm Cookie, and I'll be recording this info to blackmail all of you later. Couple quick words before we jump into the game. And yes, skipping is an option. During each round of play, each of you is going to be sent a task to your device. Like, raise your hand if you've ever farted. But one of you will get nothing, and that person is the faker. Everyone wants to figure out who the faker is, and the faker just wants to blend in. When you hear the go sound, you either raise your hand or not, depending on whether you've ever farted before, which you have. And the faker just has to fake it. After that, everyone votes on their device who they think the faker is. If everyone picks the correct person, the faker is caught. But here's the most important part. Fakers, if you're caught in a lie, if you raise your hand when you really should have kept it down, lie, cheat, deny, come up with whatever story you have to throw other players off the scent. Be the faker. Some of the tasks will involve raising your hand, or pointing, or maybe making a weird face. But there will always be a faker, and you'll have 3 chances to catch him. Oh, one more quick suggestion before we get going. It's important to be able to see each other, so if possible, consider sitting in a semicircle or like small lines facing each other. Whatever works best while still feeling comfortable. Let's start with Hands of Truth. It's an easy one, just like we saw a minute ago. Everyone's going to get a task that involves raising your hand. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, raise your hand if you never got detention in high school. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. You can change your vote if you change your mind, by the way. The faker can only be caught if the vote is unanimous, so do your best to come to a group consensus. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending your second Hands of Truth task to your devices now. And the task was, raise your hand if you dislike dogs. Vote for the faker now. Everyone suspects. Collectively, you all made the wrong choice. One last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third Hands of Truth task now. This was the task. Raise your hand if you're wearing any red anywhere. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. You know how you should all rally together in the final moments to work together and find the faker? You didn't do that. And what will our next task category be? Use your device to pick which type of tasks you'll all do together. It's going to be number pressure. Everyone's going to get a task that involves holding up a number of fingers, probably from 1 to 10. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task, hold up a finger for every $10 in cash you have on your person right now. Just guess, don't pull out your wallet. All right, vote for who you think the faker is. Talk amongst yourselves. Seriously, talk amongst yourselves and find that faker. everyone voted for... Well, at least you were all wrong together. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending out your second number pressure task to your devices now. The task was, hold up as many fingers as times you've done the walk of shame. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. You didn't find the faker, and you didn't really learn anything definitive. Last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third number pressure task now. And the task, hold up as many fingers as pets you currently have. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. Wow, even on the last task, you couldn't vote together to find the faker. Yeah, it's almost like you gave up. It's category picking time. Use your device to choose which type of tasks you'll... You got a point. Everyone's going to get a task that involves pointing at another player in the game. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, point at the person you think has the tiniest bladder. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. Don't forget you get points for voting for the faker even if everyone else is wrong. Not enough teamwork to find the faker. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending out your second You Got a Point task to your devices now. This was the task. Point at the person most likely to scream if they saw a rat. Vote for the faker now. The vote's singled out. That is indeed the faker. Okay, it's time for the last round. Text you up. I've sent 3 questions to each of your devices. Type in your answers for all 3 and then hit send. Now the faker has 3 questions to answer too. They just have slightly different questions than everyone else. So good luck, faker. Let's see everyone's answers to the first text task. The most recent type of animal you've either shared or received a cute video of. Alright, vote for who you think the faker is. You couldn't agree, you couldn't find the faker. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Let's see your second batch of answers. A time of year you don't like. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. That faker is still on the loose. This is your last chance to catch the faker. Let's take a look at the last set of text answers. Your grandparents' favorite hobby. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. Too bad. You couldn't get it together for that last vote. Welcome to Fakin' It. I'm Cookie, and I'm only holding this party because people keep giving me smoking jackets. Couple quick words before we jump into the game. And yes, you can skip it if you need less of my voice in your life. Let's start by picking a category. Use your device to pick which type of task you'll all do together. Never mind, we'll just do this one. It's going to be Hands of Truth. Everyone's going to get a task that involves raising your hand. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, raise your hand if you've been shushed in a movie theater. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. And everyone voted for. Group Mind steered you in the wrong direction. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending your second Hands of Truth task to your devices now. The task was, raise your hand if you've ever lied about who you voted for. Vote for the faker now. All the votes went to... You all ganged up on the wrong person. Last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third Hands of Truth task now. And the task, raise your hand if you have brown eyes. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. You couldn't even bother to try to pick the same person on the final task, huh? You pretty much just let the faker have it. Okay, time to pick the next category. Use your device to choose which type of tasks you'll all be subjected to. You got a point. Everyone's going to get a task that involves pointing at another player in the game. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. This was the task. Point at the person most likely to win a spelling bee. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. Everybody voted for. You all got together and chose the wrong person. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending out your second You Got a Point task to your devices now. And the task was, point at the person you think is the happiest in general. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. You couldn't quite figure out who the faker was. One last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third You Got a Point task now. And the task, point at the last person you heard speak. All right, vote for who you think the faker is. And the votes were for... Well, at least you were all wrong together. what category do we want to do next? Use your device to pick which type of tasks you'll all do together. Just want to leave it to chance, huh? Okay. Hands of Truth. Everyone's going to get a task that involves raising your hand. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, raise your hand if you have dimples. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. And the prime suspect was... Group Mind steered you in the wrong direction. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending your second Hands of Truth task to your devices now. The task was, raise your hand if you've ever seen Citizen Kane. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. You couldn't agree, you couldn't find the faker. Last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third Hands of Truth task now. This was the task. Raise your hand if you've seen someone in this room naked. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. And the votes were for... Yep, you found the faker. Just in the nick of time. Okay, it's time for the last round. Text you up. I've sent 3 questions to each of your devices. Type in your answers for all 3 and then hit send. Now the faker has 3 questions to answer too. They just have slightly different questions than everyone else. So good luck, faker. Let's see everyone's answers to the first text task. An instrument you can at least kinda play. Vote for the faker now. The votes singled out. Collectively, you all made the wrong choice. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Let's see your next set of answers. If you had your own TV show, the network it would most likely be on. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. Not enough teamwork to find the faker. This is your last chance to catch the faker. Here are your third and final set of text answers. A fun family activity. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. Everyone suspects the faker has been found. Better late than never. Ready to play Faking It again? Let's do this. Let's start by picking a category. Use your device to choose which type of tasks you'll all be